Hello gardeners, whether you're a new gardener or an experienced gardener, I just wanted to share this video with you on how I do my sweet peppers. So I live in zone 6B and I am just going to show you what to do when you first get your green pepper plants. When they're young as a seedling, you're ready to plant them outdoors, which is probably after Memorial Day, around the end of May. What you want to do is bring them outside. This is kind of what they look like in May for me when I start them indoors. I start them like maybe March indoors, and we have about 2 leaves still in May, but some of them develop 2 leaves depending on the conditions of how much sun and heat in the house, and they just have to stay watered and everything. So what you want to do is harden them up, harden them off when you bring them outside. So maybe for a couple hours, maybe 3 hours on a nice day, you would put them outside, but make sure the soil doesn't dry out or the sun doesn't get too hot. So not on a very windy day or a very rainy day, and not on a super hot day. You wouldn't want to start this hardening process. So just when temperatures are about, like maybe 60 degrees, bring them out for a couple hours, and then after that you can bring it inside. Maybe the next day you might stretch it out to like 4 to 6 hours. Do this for about 4 days maybe. You could even skip a day if you have a bad day with weather and go back into starting over. But then you want to leave it in its area for at least a day without actually putting them in, because all the transplanting is going to stress the plant. So you want to leave it for at least a day, and where you want to plan to plant it, and you want to pick a very sunny, open sun area, and you want the soil to be very loose. So I even add either sand, direct, like play sand, whatever, or sometimes I'll add some vermiculite, perlite, whatever. You see some shiny pieces in here. The white pieces are perlite, the shiny pieces are vermiculite, but they like sandy, loomy soil, so make sure that you get that. And once you plant it, you want to make sure that you're covering as much of the stem as possible, and that'll help set the roots and help get the roots nice and strong. And as it grows, you're gonna want to clip off the bottom leaves, and that helps get the strong roots as well. So I'm just gonna demonstrate how to transplant. So kind of like squeeze it out from the bottom, try not to disturb the roots. Make a nice spot. I have some pots in here, so they're in the way. So you just put the plant inside and cover it nice and tight. Try not to let the leaves touch or get buried, because that can add to the risk of getting fungal infections on it or whatever, like root rot, plant rot. So keep it nice and perky, and then you just want to make sure it stays watered. Sprinkle a little water on it every day. Don't let the soil dry out, because the plant will definitely die. It needs to stay stable in there with its roots. So you do the same thing and just give it a little bit of space in between each one. I would say maybe about 6 inches in between each one. I have the raised bed that I use, a planter box. I usually put about 4 plants in here, and they grow nicely, nice and big. If you have any questions, please send me a message in the comments. Thank you.